Welcome back to another edition of How to Do It Yourself car repair videos. We've introduced you in a couple of previous videos to our 1994 Ford F150 XLT pickup truck. This actually has been recently acquired. It's been a farm vehicle for quite a while. And so it's got a lot of farm characteristics to it, like dust and dirt and junk all over in all the cracks and crevices and that. So today we're going to take a look at just a very generic item of replacing the brake light. So the backup light and the tail light works just fine, but the brake light's out. So today we're going to do a simple one on replacing the brake light, and I think you'll find it fairly straightforward and useful as we go. So it's a fairly straightforward operation. You've got two screws here on the outside. There's two screws on the inside. You really want to pull the outside screws off first, so we'll go ahead and quickly pull those screws out. Now, there is a weather seal that goes around these as they get this age, depending upon how often this has been pulled off to repair a light. That gasket may not be quite as good, so you might want to be really gentle as you take it off. You can take and spray it down with a little water as you pull it off to help loosen it up so as you're not tearing it. But you know, if it tears, it's going to be fine because it'll be okay. I guess I shouldn't say fine. It will be okay because the bulbs are sealed inside of the container. But you know, you can take and just kind of squirt around the edges just a little bit to kind of help loosen that up to make sure that it's going to come off okay. So now we're going to go pull the ones on the inside. The inside ones are right there, easily to access once you drop the tailgate. So you can just see that it'll have a nice flat washer on it that's a permanent attach, and that'll help you put it back in. It also gives it a little more structure. Now, we'll talk about this when we put it back together again, but you shouldn't have to over tighten this stuff. You're not going to play grease monkey and really jam these things in there when you tighten it up. You don't want to be cracking the plastic. So once you get the screws out, then it just slides right out. There shouldn't be any issue. Now you'll notice that there's a clip that kind of holds the harness in place that you don't have to pull. It depends on how much cleaning you want to do around your light fixture while you have it out. It's usually a good idea to go ahead and clean things up. If you do pull that, which we already popped, you'll notice it's just a little push clip. You want to be real gentle with it. You want to get something that has a fork to it. I like these plastic tools because they don't tend to damage things. You can also use this clip removal tool as well. Just be real gentle, go slow, because the plastic will be hard, and if you break it off, it's not going to be anything major, but it's nice to just have them there. So that'll pop out, and then that'll give you plenty of room to work on replacing the light bulbs. So to take out the bulb, it's just to rotate a little bit counterclockwise. Now they have a real soft seal on these, a real soft rubber seal. Again, if it's sticking like it was here a little bit, again, take your little screwdriver or something and go underneath it real gently. Use a little water to kind of lubricate it so that you get it out. You really don't want to tear this if you can help it, because that's what seals the light bulb and the all the clips and contacts from the weather inside of here. So even though it has this seal out here, this isn't the primary weather seal that's going to keep your bulb dry and your electronics in good shape. Now to remove the bulb is just straightforward. You'll notice it has a spring clip on it. You'll notice one side is short, one side is long. I prefer to go ahead and take the long side first. Go ahead and pop that down. Then you can get at it and pull it on down and around, and it just comes right out like that. And then the bulb pops right out. Replacing the bulb is just exactly the opposite. Make sure you've, with whatever parts store you use, they'll tell you what the right bulb is for these. So go ahead and just pop the bulb in. Again, start with the short side because that's the side we ended with. And go ahead and pop that on around. And then you can pop that hook part of the clip up and over the top. And now you've got your bulb all replaced. It's all in good shape. So just drop it back in and give it a quarter turn clockwise and you should be good. Now I noticed when I did that this gasket on this back side came out just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen that and kind of push that back in and then tighten it, holding it in place so as it gets a little better seal. All right, so if you did pop the holder clip loose, you'll want to put that back in the hole. Again, be kind of gentle with it, but it'll wiggle it a little bit and it'll go back in. And that'll kind of keep your harness from vibrating around. Then go ahead and you can, there it goes. Set your light fixture back in place. Now you want to also do the screws in the reverse order you did them in. So these will go into the back side first. And you can see where the plastic comes through because you have a much bigger hole than what the screw requires. So you want to take and you might have to juggle the light fixture a little bit to get that one started. Go ahead and get the top one in. Again, you don't want to tighten it down too much right at the first. Go ahead and get the bottom one in. Now I like to get them almost touching the metal, not quite, so that you still have room to juggle things just a little bit to make sure you get the screws into the plastic side. So we're now going to go put the ones in on the outside on the plastic. Now just to make your life easier, you'll notice that because I left those other screws a little loose, this wiggles a little bit. So I can set this screw in and I can see where it goes on the inside there just a little bit. So it makes it real easy to make sure it mates up. So we can get this snugged up just a little bit. And again, the bottom one should just go right in. All right, so now you can start snugging them up. These up, and then you want to go around to the inside and tighten these up. And once they're all kind of just snug and you're sure that they're all going to seat up nicely, then you can go around and tighten them all up a little tighter. So now that we've got all the screws snugged up, again, remember, don't over tighten them. You don't want to strip out those plastic inserts. We'll hit the brake and see if we did well. Yep, I hear from my partner that the brake light's on, so we did our job. Hopefully this has been a helpful video for you. Please be sure and like us below. If you want to be notified when new videos come up, be sure you hit the bell icon. It's really helpful if you use some of our links that we have below this video for buying any tools or supplies from Amazon. That really helps us out. Hopefully this has been a short but helpful video. Showed you how easy it is to replace a light bulb on an older vehicle. Some of the newer vehicles can be a little more problematic because they'll all be LEDs, and LEDs don't go out very quickly, but sometimes the harnesses and those things can be a little bit more problematic. So if you've got an older one with light bulbs, you should have a fairly straightforward time being able to replace those. Thank you very much for your time, and hope you enjoyed this video.